Am?
Yeah.
Go.
Just from the human side of it, it was just great to have him back out there. He was so anxious and so excited. He's been beside himself for like the last week. And you could see his energy out there. He makes us different. That's probably the biggest thing that he does. Just that uncommon versatility just makes us different, on both ends of the court. His rhythm and timing and all that stuff will continue to get better, but it was certainly great to have him back in the mix.
He wasn't in the rotation, and Kyle was out. Gabe is in the starting lineup. He gives you good minutes. Pretty important foul there at the end, too. Is this kind of where the benefits of all the injuries kind of mount up, where he gets all that confidence?
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah.
It could be. These guys have really been developing. Gabe had a tremendous summer, with the Nigerian national team and then spending time with us and really working and preparing. He did not have that opportunity last year. Coming out of the bubble, he had knee surgery and then just tried to fast-track everything going into training camp. Wasn't even fully healthy. And with all of our young guys, we felt like we had, the normal summer Miami Heat program, to be able to develop guys. And then, just all the craziness happened, and these guys were prepared. And then when they had their opportunities, they really contributed and helped us win, and that's what it's all about. You have a roster, for that reason, to be able to handle, anything that may happen. And that was a really important month for us to be able to put us in a position like this, where you have a couple games and be able to move up in the standings. That doesn't happen if the young guys didn't really produce for the last 5 weeks and get those important wins on the road. Like Gabe was tremendous tonight on both ends. That's a really big, long team. They are unique. There's some teams that are really offensively different. There's probably a handful in this league. That team is defensively different with that size and length and switchability, positionless defensively. So you really have to be intentional. Otherwise, they can speed you up and force the turnovers the way they do. But Gabe was great, in a two-way game to be able to defend bigger guys, hold the zone there, but also give us that added playmaking. With Kyle out, he was really able to, make some plays off the dribble, which they force you to do because of their pressure.
Jimmy obviously had the triple-double, but just defensively, how much did he kind of change the game and impact things there in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, it started like that play at the end of the third. Well, he was doing it all game long. He really put his imprint on the game early on with his drives and attacking that pressure. You do have to be able to have guys that can attack that pressure off the dribble, and he was able to break them down and get to the rim and get to the free throw line. And then he had some incredible off-ball plays defensively. Those are the plays you can't really teach. If you try to drill that or scheme that, guys would look at you crazy. He's just playing to his instincts, which it's really important, to have those kind of plays because it becomes those random instinctual plays. Once they start moving you around and driving and kicking, and you have to have guys that can read all that and then force some tough plays on their end.
Erik, how much progress do you think Tyler has made in terms of playing against length? It seemed like tonight he was able. You talk about this being one of the longest teams in the league, but he was finding angles. Using the glass. How much of that has been a priority in terms of his development? Yeah, well,
it's been, the development of reading all the different coverages that you'll see in this league. So it's not just about the length. It's about playing out of traps, playing out of switches, playing out of bigger players with bigger players on him where he can still create an advantage. He constantly studies, works on his craft, works on his skill level. His handle is really tightened up, to be able to get to where he wants to go, and then, to make the appropriate plays. I thought as the game went on, he started to slow down and then really get to his spots and make the right reads, which is tough to do against this team because they speed you up. And then, there's no better education than the next 10 days facing this team with that length and that speed and quickness, 3 times.
Erik, 2 questions. The starting lineup going back with Duncan, and then also going with Dwayne Dedmon as your backup center, please.
Yeah, these are tough decisions. We will continue to use our full roster as needed, but we have to make some decisions right now to get everybody comfortable and confident and in rhythm. I want to get back to, that lineup, whenever we can, when Kyle gets back here, and then just give that a chance. We'll build our rotation from there. And then, we have the depth to be able to adjust or manage it, as needed.
And with Dwayne, just the thought, is he just solid in that role? Because it's a little different role, obviously, than maybe the big minutes Omer had. What was the thought process with Dwayne there?
Yeah, that's the role that he's been in. We're just trying to, get to this as quickly as possible. But Omer is, fully on our minds. And there were a couple times in this game where I thought about throwing him in there. He'll continue to work and prepare, and he'll be ready for his next opportunity.
Erik, I know there's obviously much more than individual stats that matter, but that last rebound comes down, falls into Jimmy's hands, and there was only like a millionth of a second left. So either he was going to get the triple-double or he wasn't. And all you can see really is Bam, just catching air and throwing his hands in the air and celebrating like they just won Game 7 or something. Just how neat is that dynamic from this group that no matter who's got something going, it seems to be 16 other guys are enjoying it just as much as that person.
I like that, and I hope that continues. That's what you hope, as a head coach, that your team can continue to develop that spirit, and where it's a genuine enjoying each other's success. These are long seasons. It's competitive. You want to support your teammates. You want to enjoy these nights. We've had some great wins, competitive battles, amazing nights. These are all experiences. You're not just trying to get through an NBA season. You want to enjoy every part of it. And I don't really have a problem with that either. Guys are aware when there's either milestones or opportunities to have triple doubles, and then guys are rooting each other on to be able to get to that. I think that's healthy, and you just want guys to enjoy this journey and enjoy each other's success. That's so much more gratifying when somebody else plays well and you can genuinely feel good for them and root them on and find some gratification in somebody else playing well.
So back to Tyler for a second. Whether it's against length or not, he seems to be more certain in where he can find his shots, especially from first year to second year to this year, while also kind of expanding his repertoire some with these shots. How impressed are you with just the way he's been able to navigate that and not sort of dribble into trouble or take shots that are probably too difficult for him?
There's a lot of different factors there. His skill level, his commitment to the work and to the study, his role. Right now, everybody knows in that unit that the ball's going to go to him. He's going to create some triggers for us. And then his confidence is growing. And lastly, he's being infused with great confidence from the veteran players. The veteran players get it. They understand it. What's at stake. Jimmy, PJ, Kyle, Bam. I want to play for something very significant, and those guys are smart. They realize that Tyler's a talent, and they're infusing confidence in him and want him, to express himself out there and be aggressive. That's worth its weight in gold for a young player when you have that kind of confidence infused in you. I've said it before. Young players, when they have that confidence, and veteran players, you feel like you can accomplish anything.